and welcome to our presentation on Pareto charts. What is the purpose of a Pareto chart? It's used to organize errors, problems, or defects to help focus on problem-solving efforts. They identify the few critical items as opposed to many less important items. It uses the Pareto principle, also known as the 80-20 rule, in which the total quality management states that a large majority of problems, 80%, are produced by a few causes, 20%. It's based on the works of Vilfredo Pareto, a 19th century economist. Pareto postulated that a large share of wealth is owned by a small population, or 80% of the wealth is controlled by 20% of the population. Pareto's law was created as a result, which concerns the distribution of income. Pareto charts break down large problems into smaller pieces. They can identify the most significant factors. It is easy to recognize where the most efforts need to be focused, and it allows better use of limited resources. Pareto charts are bar charts arranged in descending order in height from left to right. The bars on the left are relatively more important than the bars on the right. Pareto charts separate the vital few from the trivial many, as stated in the principle. Pareto charts are helpful in refining the possible root causes into smaller number of probable root causes, and helps to prioritize them and address the major contributors to the defect. In the analyze stage of DMAIC, one would usually develop a list of probable root causes. When using PDCA, you may apply Pareto charts before entering the cyclical part of the model during the assemble current knowledge portion. Summarizing data is helpful when you need to analyze large amounts of data, such as consumer complaints. In the following example, a restaurant manager collected complaints over the past year. From the data collected, she was able to recognize the complaints that needed the most attention. As you will see, the variety on the menu was attributed to 62% of the complaints. The others were menu prices, 23%, unfriendly service, 7%, long wait time, 6%, and cleanliness, 2%. And there would be the Pareto chart of the restaurant complaints. You can see that menu selection variety is attributed to the vast majority of all complaints. So now I'll show you how to make a Pareto chart in Excel. In this problem, you're working for a distribution center and processing claims from supermarkets. These claims come from misshipped product, damaged product, any problem with the product that your distribution center sends to supermarkets. The commodities in the warehouse are broken down into 5: meat, produce, frozen, dry grocery, and dairy. You'll be given the number of claims and the average cost per case of each commodity. Now the first step will be to find the total claim cost of each commodity. We do this by multiplying the number of claims times the average case cost. And we copy that formula down for each commodity. Our next step would be to total all the claims together, see what the total claim cost is for the entire warehouse, which you see is roughly $9,000 for week 12. Our next step is to find the percentage of the total claims for each commodity. We do this by dividing the commodities claim by the total amount of claims. We press F4 so that each cell is divided by the total claim. We drag that down. Next, we want to find the percentage of each. So we just copy the meat cell, and the second one is going to be the percentage of meat claims plus the percentage of produce claims, and we drag that down. Now we want to make the chart. We highlight the commodities column, we hold Control and select the total claim cost, hold Control again, and select the cumulative percentage. We go to Insert, choose Line, and choose Line with Markers. Now we need to clean up the chart a bit. So we right-click on the cumulative percentage line, go to Format Data Series, and we want to make this the secondary axis, and close. Now we see that the chart goes to 120%. We only want it at 100%, so we right-click on that, go to Format Axis, and maximum, we want to change that from auto to fixed, and make that 1 or 100%, and close. Next, we want to take the total claim cost and make that a bar chart. We click on that, go to Change Chart Type, and just select a column, and OK. And there you have it. And we can see from this chart that 80% of the problem is contracted into one commodity, meat. The produce, frozen, dry grocery, and dairy all together add up to roughly 20%. So another scenario, we'll compare a simple small business such as a hair salon. Salon A and B, both haircut salons specialize in haircuts, streaks, hair extensions, washes, and curls. Salon A greets customers and has them sign in, leaving email address, phone number, and how the customer heard about the salon. It welcomes walk-ins but prefers appointments. Requests customer feedback for a discount on the next visit. Uses top quality products. Stylists are not permitted to use cell phones or other data services during their shift. Pay stylists good pay. Implemented a franchise prototype that provides the customer with the same experience each time they visit the salon. In comparison, Hair Salon B does not have a standard operating procedure and does not have a franchise prototype. Customers never know what to expect from this establishment, and they typically wait long periods of time due to stylists socializing and talking on their cell phones. However, their stylists have been featured in many hair shows nationwide. Their stylists are talented and have years of experience in the hair industry. So how will we make a salon Pareto? Step 1, we write out all the services that our company offers. Step 2, ask for feedback from your customers and take a log of all complaints that the company received for each service that the company offers. Step 3, take a close analysis of the frequency of complaints for all the services offered, then divide into the amount of customers that you had in the time frame. Then we would create a chart. The service that has the most complaints is the service that you want to work on first. This service is most likely the service that will either raise your profits or take you bankrupt if nothing was done about it. If Hair Salon B implements this system, they could possibly create a franchise prototype similar to Hair Salon A and keep its current customers and possibly gain customers by word of mouth and referrals. So let's have a recap. Pareto charts help to organize errors, problems, or defects to help focus on problem-solving efforts. It's based on the works of Vilfredo Pareto, a 19th century economist. Pareto charts break down large problems into smaller pieces. They can identify the most significant factors. It is easy to recognize where the most efforts need to be focused. Pareto charts are bar charts arranged in descending order from left to right. Pareto charts separate the vital few from the trivial many, as stated in the Pareto principle. Pareto charts are helpful in refining the possible root causes into a smaller number of probable root causes, and help to prioritize them and address the major contributors to the defect. And that concludes our presentation. Thank you.